Hola Colchoneros, welcome back to Atleti Fanatics, and I have with me as usual Saint Keeks. And tomorrow is our next match against Seattle Sounders, which would be an interesting match because again it's do or die basically for both the teams actually because again Seattle has lost to Botafogo 2-1 and we've lost to PSG 4-0. Literally fucked up our goal difference as well. But anyway, before starting the preview of the match against Seattle, we'll talk about some latest transfer news we have right now. And unfortunately, we don't have much transfer news because, again, Atleti is not really doing much. I mean, like, I'm still like, holding on to like some hopes because again, I mean, like it's a long transfer market because I mean, like Club World Cup, basically, Carlos Buquero, Enrique Cerso, and Nangil Gilmarin literally fucked us in the Club World Cup. No signings, just Longley and Juan Musso, and then rest was again left for like faith. But anyway, so right now, like the latest news right now is Andy Robertson has said yes to Atletico de Madrid. So he is willing to pay for Atletico de Madrid. I mean, like, why wouldn't he? I'm like, he's 31 years old. Like Liverpool already signed his replacement, and they also have Simicas as well. So like, yeah, I mean, like he's moving from a good club to another good club, another Champions League club. And I think for me, like, like besides Theo Hernandez, I mean, like Theo Hernandez for my obviously like the top. I would have like loved to have like Theo Hernandez at the club, but I can understand as let's say it's a different perspective as well. Let's say like about like the club perspective, like they don't want someone like Theo Hernandez because of something happened in the past, which I can totally understand. And even for the fans, I mean, like we all know, like that was like an awkward situation. But anyway, so the Theo Hernandez situation gone off, and now the options we had was like bizarre to be honest. Like when I heard Lucas Digne is the next option for left back, then I was like, it's better to get Andy Robertson than Lucas Digne because like what the fuck, Lucas Digne, are you serious? And then anyway, moving on from that, so Andy Robertson right now I think is if we get him for like less than 10 million, I think I'll be happy with it. 5 million, I'll be really happy. But still, this is my perspective actually. So I think the reason why Atleti is saving up cash on a left back, maybe Atleti actually wants to go for Coutinho. And the fact that like, Atleti has to pay a big amount for Coutinho, Alex Baena, and potentially for Cardoso as well, which is again alongside. So I think Alex Baena is around 50, 55, Cardoso is around 40, and then Coutinho I think is like it's a big amount we have to pay for Coutinho, like
Mhm.
someone along the way 50 to 60. I know Tottenham will definitely demand over 70 million, but I think like we have to like try to get the deal done between 50 and 60. In this perspective of view, I think Andy Robertson as a cheap option for the left back because like we want to strengthen the different positions, we want to spend big in different positions. It makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I think it's a good way to move forward because then after like a season or 2 season, when again we'll get the cash back, the cash flow, we can still spend big on the left back position. But right now, I think like maybe because like we have to spend big on different positions right now. For example, the center back position and obviously Bayern and Cardoso deal. I think maybe that's why we're going for a cheap option on the left back, and we're going for something which is like stable. I mean, like stable as in like it's decent, like not that good, not that bad as well, but much better than Javi Galan or Ronaldo. That's for sure. Andy Robertson is definitely a better option. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade over Javi Galan and Ronaldo, but not that big of an upgrade. But it is definitely upgrade over Javi Galan and Ronaldo. But again, he's 31 years old as well. And again, the we don't know like what's gonna be the transfer fee for Andy Robertson. Hopefully, if it's between 5 to 10, I'll be happy. And if it's more than 10, I think like then that's just stupid. Because again, Theo Hernandez, we can get Theo Hernandez for around what 25. Like what are you gonna do with saving like 10 millions? Like that doesn't go anywhere. Plus, like, you're gonna get that amount, like for example, for the sale of Angel Correa as well, which is said to be like talks are ongoing with him for like, and Atleti is demanding 10 to 15 million for Angel Correa. I mean, like, so basically you get that 10, 15 out of the sale from Angel Correa, and then again you put it in the, I mean, like, you can literally get Hernandez easily with the sale of Angel Correa.
Hmm.
But again, I think like it has to be a very, very small fee. That's the only way this deal can go through. If I see Atleti spending more than 10 million, or let's say even 10 million looks very big for him, to be honest, I can't really make up my mind actually. The transfer fee for Andy Robertson. Mm. Do let us know in the comments, guys, what do you think about what should be the transfer fee for Andy Robertson? And like, if Liverpool asks for more than 10 million, would you guys be happy if Atletico de Madrid actually goes for it with more than 10 million as well? I'd be really, really pissed off if Atleti goes for Andy Robertson and if the transfer fee is over 10 million, because then that's just stupid. That's not saving money at all. That's just stupid. Anyway, St. Keith, what are your thoughts on this Andy Robertson situation? And obviously, like the second choice, don't forget the second choice is Lucas Digne if we don't get Andy Robertson.
Um, it's a weird situation because I think we talked about it before. Is like Andy Robertson is, if you get him 3 or 4 years ago, this is an exciting deal. You get him now after 2 seasons of kind of on the downward slope, and it's just like oh, okay, well, this isn't a particularly good situation. Is he still physically capable? Yes, I think Andy Robinson has shown he's still fast enough. He's still capable in duels and these other things. The problem is just he's really shown a poor sense of judgment in these other things, and maybe Simeone can get something out of him, and he can get that a little bit closer to what he was at his peak. But there's a sort of a situation where you think about it, and he's like, I think in an ideal sense of we wanted a left back who is a better passer than Ronaldo and somebody who is a better defender than Galan at left back. And he technically fills those two roles. It's just there's not. It's just like a. You look at it and he's like, wow, that's a really close to technically that you could get. Like you didn't even try to get somebody who could also wow me as a left back. It's like Theo Hernandez should not have been our only option or only good option, I should say, so far in the season because left back was a problem role since last summer when we were thinking about are we still doing left wing back? Are we doing 4-4-2? Because we were rotating between options in the preseason. And obviously, the board would have known that we switched to 4-4-2. Now you have to genuinely think from since maybe October, November to now, what is the solution when it comes to the left back position? Because Galan was never going to be there, and you're not really sure you can ever really get back to that same level with Ronaldo, where his defensive capabilities almost supersede any of his passing problems. And I think that's kind of the problem here, where it's like, do you want a player who is much, much better than Galan defensively, but only a bit better than the, is like where's the compromise? Andrew Robertson at his very peak is one of the best left backs in Europe. He is not at his peak. We're buying a player who I was surprised that Liverpool renewed, to be honest. Not, outside of the fact that he's a captain and he's been there for a long period of time, it was just like his last 2 seasons were rough, and you just got Kirkers and you have Simicast. So it's like, what are you really keeping Robertson for? In my head, I was thinking, so it's like, well, he's going to go on a free, so you can just go somewhere else, you know. Um, it's it's one of those things where I don't really know why we're going after certain profiles like him. Not to say that, not to be too disrespectful to Robertson, but some years ago, the club stance for transfer business was anybody over 30 or over 31 could only get a year plus deal, maybe 2 years if so much. And that's kind of the reason why Godin left us. Actually, players like Felipe Luis left, players like Juan Fran left. So to then see situations where Longley is getting a 3-year deal as he turns 30, to see Andrew Robertson being our first choice left back option when we're supposed to be doing a rebuild, and he's potentially maybe getting a 2-3 year deal, and it's just like a So you're gonna treat your legends like nothing, and then okay, that's that's all I can say, I guess. I hope if he does come, that he does get to recall his level and he does have a really, really nice time here and we can enjoy him like Trippier. I just don't believe that's what's going to happen. Unlike Trippier, because Trippier in his last year with Tottenham was still very, very good offensively. He was just really suspect defensively. And Simeone sat down with him and got his defensive level to where he wanted it to be. But the offense wasn't going to change. That was always there. Yeah. That's not the case this season with Robertson. So, yeah. That's all I have to say on the Andrew Robertson situation. But
I mean,
last thing,
I love his shithousery, by the way.
I
Not to
love
mention.
that. But the only other thing is when you're talking about the saving money part is a little concerning because it's like the 5 to 10 million that you could save is like, let's say Cardoso, right? I like Cardoso. I think he's a fantastic DM. Enzo Baranachea is has been reported to be going for 10 million or so plus bonuses, right? I don't think Cardoso is that much better than Baranachea, that he is worth over 20 million more than Baranachea. If you're trying to save money, this is a clear place to save money. If you want to save money in your centre backs, you want a left-sided centre back, there are options in La Liga that are very good. They have young centre back options that are also have high potential, like Amike Mamo, like Yarek, etc. They're things to look at. I think Atletico need to be a lot more smarter than any business, because if you buy young cheap, you can always sell if they don't work out, like we did with Vermeeren. We got back our money with Vermeeren. You know what I mean? We made a profit on Cunha. So yeah, that's all. As you were saying, sorry.
I mean, I get your point, like over Cardoso. Like, I mean, like we can save some money on Cardoso as well because again,
Hmm.
like you mentioned, like Baranchi again, like he's a very, very good defensive midfielder as well, and like
Hmm.
again, he has that South American DNA in him. But I think like somewhat, I think like you have to like take it as let's say in a revenue perspective as well because Johnny Cardoso will definitely bring up more fans from the USA, definitely bring up more money from USA, like shirt sales and everything. And let's say like if you, I mean, like this could have been like a much much better deal right now in the Club World Cup, like Johnny Cardoso playing in Atleti for Atletico de Madrid in USA. I
That
mean,
could
like
have been
we
something special.
exactly. I mean, like we could have had like pretty good fan following in the US, which again, like I was surprised to see in Los Angeles as well against PSG. The stadium was filled. It was around 80,000 people, and again, most of them were Atletico de Madrid fans and PSG fans, which again, it was very good to see that the Atleti nation is actually growing and like we are actually, our
Yeah,
fan following is like, like reaching worldwide. That's good to see. And I think maybe that's the perspective they're seeing right now for Johnny Cardoso as well, to bring those American fans to Atletico de Madrid. Because obviously, like, when you have a player from your own country playing for a club, I think like you do attract fans. And I think Johnny Cardoso maybe is getting signed for that reason as well. But again, nothing's advanced, guys. Nothing's advanced. Like, don't believe anything until like, unless and until like the player ends up for the medical and not even at the medical actually, like,
when you see them in the
I mean, like,
shirts, we were presenting them,
exa
then believe it.
exactly, exactly. I mean, because like we all remember Moise Keane's situation. Everything was done. He was in the stadium as well. Something happened. The deal went off.
He's had a great season
But
himself. So
Fiorentina, exactly. I'm like Moise Kean for me, like I really liked him for as a like as a substitute. I mean like he's quick, he has good. But anyway, this is what I feel like. I think like saving money is good. Maybe and then if we get like these Cuti Romero and then everything, maybe we can make a final push for Victor Gyökeres as well,
mhm.
which again wouldn't be easy. But again, like if you're saving money, I think like you should make a final push for Victor Gyökeres as well. I mean
You
like
think that makes sense, though? You think it makes sense for us to save money now instead of just pushing for it? Because if we let's say we win this competition, right? We're making almost we're 50, getting 50 million for joining, and we're getting another 50 for potentially winning it. Wouldn't it make sense to put down a little bit of money now, guarantee yourself to maybe get to quarters or semis, and then you know?
But again, I don't think they want to spend it like too early because again, like like you make stupid decisions like when you're early and like everyone has a big mouth at the
Fair
at the
enough.
starting of
Fair
the
enough.
transfer. at the start of the transfer market. And I think, and because like even Victor Gyökeres had a deal with Sporting Lisbon that he can leave for 60 million something, which again they were having a conflict
Struggle.
going on. They were having a conflict going on between Sporting and Victor Gyökeres' agent. But again, I think that if we can get Victor Gyökeres for around 60 to 70, I think we should make a push for him definitely at the end of the transfer window, unless and until any other club sweeps in and like sign him. For example, Arsenal is right now, I think, the top. They're leading the race for Victor Gyökeres, I think. But again, like if it doesn't happen, I think like we should make the move because like Victor Gyökeres, I think is the ideal number nine for Atletico de Madrid. He's quick, he's big, he can hold up, he's young as well, and I think it's literally you can say what do you call it? Like a steroid version of Diego Costa. I mean, we all know Diego Costa. He was literally a steroid version of Diego Costa. But anyway, guys, we have a match to talk about. We have next match coming up, which is again against Seattle Sounders versus Atletico de Madrid. It's at their home stadium as well. They are the CONCACAF champions in 2022. Now, we all know like we don't see MLS that much, obviously.
Mm.
I don't even know who else watch MLS that much, but again, they had a pretty good match against Botafogo. I mean, they lost 2-1. So again, so this is a must-win match for both the teams actually. So don't be surprised like if they come at us. And for Atletico de Madrid, nothing is easy. And
Hmm.
again, no disrespect to them, but again, this is a very good opportunity. This is a very good opportunity to like get back on that goal difference. Again, we have to be very, very careful as well because again, like we definitely can't afford a draw or something. If we draw this match, done. Club World Cup is
We're
done,
out. We're
guys.
out.
Club World Cup is done. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say to be honest. Like Botafogo, I think like the last match against Botafogo would be again the decisive match. But again, before that match, again we have to like get past this hurdle as well, which
Leave
again
it.
is
Leave it for Atletico to in the first match alone. We now all of a sudden we must win both games and sizably too to even have a chance of making it out. Because let's say Botafogo beat PSG, right? And then PSG beat Seattle Sounders. But we beat Seattle Sounders and thing. So it's now we have a potential three-way for 6 points, and we lost 4-0 in the first game. You know what I mean? We're just in such a bad situation from start to finish.
yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, like this is a good opportunity, like like to get back on the goal difference. I mean, like if we can like score like four against Real Betis, who were literally having on like top of their form in La Liga, and like we scored four past Real Betis. We can. I mean, this is Seattle Sounders. We can do it. This is the same team,
I suppose.
and I mean, like if Solid can score 5 goals against Real Sociedad. No, sorry, not five. Four goals against Real Sociedad. This is nothing. This is
It's
nothing.
all it's
And
all possible, but I just feel like is one of those. This is a bit unfortunate because I feel like this is one of those games that had we been had we played PSG and had us even not necessarily a win, a draw, or not like a 2-1 loss, we could have come into this game thinking I could probably experiment with a Taufik who comes in. I could probably bring in a
true,
Costas to
true,
start against,
true.
but that now changes. That flips on its head because of the situation.
I know. Like I think if PSG, even if that match against PSG, if that match ends in like it would have ended in a draw, I think like this was a really good opportunity for the Academy boys to come on. But I mean, still there is a chance. There is a chance. Let's say first half we score four goals. There is a chance. I mean, like Bayern Munich killed the Auckland FC. They
They could have
scored
done
10
much
goals.
worse than 10 0, but Auckland FC is an amateur team, and MLS is still no disrespect to MLS. I don't rate the league as much as European teams because of how much money we put into the team and because of how well a lot of our players play. But I do hope that the difference between us is wide enough that Longley and Galan is not an issue. But I still think MLS is still a professional team. Auckland is an amateur team. Like a lot of those people have a 9 to 5 job. They can't play football
Yeah,
all the time.
I
So
know, I know. Correct,
yeah,
correct. I know. But again, like I said,
yeah.
think again, like it's Seattle Sounders is definitely not one of those teams. I don't think like even if they like play in La Liga, I think they'll get relegated. And again, we played one of the best teams in La Liga and in Champions League as well. I mean, like we are one of like those top clubs in the world. So again, this should be a piece of cake for us. That's what I
Mm.
meant. This should be.
Yeah, should be. It should be. It should have been a much better game for the Atletico PSG, and I think I expected more. I didn't get what I wanted to get out of it. I hope
Exactly.
we
I mean,
get
like,
more out of this. So
I mean, like, if we can score a four against Barcelona, this is Seattle Sounders,
it's
you know.
possible. It's possible.
So yeah, hopefully the Academy boys get the chances. Hopefully.
Hmm.
But anyway, so Longley is not playing in this match, which I think is a great news, guys. Longley is not playing in this match, which obviously means it will be Lenormand and Jimenez playing at the back. And then, but again, would Griezmann start tomorrow? I don't think
I
so. I
don't
think
think
Charlotte
he
should start.
has. I don't think he's allowed to do that. I'll be honest with you. After that game, I don't think he's allowed.
Exactly. I mean, that'll be interesting. Anyway, the Seattle Sounders have good players as well. They have a few good players. So for example, they have one of those. They have Opet Vargas, which again, who recently said like he's a lifelong Atletico de Madrid fan, and he's 19 as well. So that's good. I mean, like he's Mexican. I mean, like the
Something to watch.
Seattle Sounders have two wingers. Like they are pretty quick. Their wingers are pretty quick. But I mean, like I don't have interest in Javi Galan, obviously. Like if Javi Galan gets cooked by one of those wingers, I'll be swear. I swear, like I'll be so done with Javi Galan. Like how are you getting cooked with these MLS wingers as well? Like, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, they have again. I think they do have quick wingers. Besides that, they don't really have that much of firepower. They have a few physical presence in midfield as well. But again, it's nothing that we can't like
Are we
can't
playing in their home
control.
stadium?
Yes, we're playing in their home stadium, which is what's the name of the stadium? Wait, hang on.
Lumen Field. Ooh,
Lumen Field. Yes, we're playing in Lumen Field. So it has a very like interesting stand, like a V-shaped stand.
if
I
to,
don't
for
know.
anybody who watches Severance, this is a very funny name. But anyway, outside of that, I guess them being at home does help them though.
That's true. But again, I'm like, come on, like they can't really create like that kind of like atmosphere what European teams can. Like I don't expect them to come out with a Tifu or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, but again, I mean like obviously they'll have the home support and obviously again, it's a mu must-win game for them as well because like if they lose this game, they'll be out of the Club World Cup. So yeah, I think they will definitely, like they won't do that, like like staying back, relying on just like going for the draw because they will actually, and especially like, the next match they have to play is against PSG as well. So I think they will try to like look for our weakness, and again our weakness is what? I mean like at this point everyone in the world knows what our weakness is. It's basically the left hand side. You just play two good players on the right hand side, and then that's it. We're done. We're done. It's like we're playing with like one leg. Our left hand side doesn't work at all. We're literally a cripple. But
Oy, oy.
anyway, moving on to the possible lineups. I think who should start? Setiks. What do you think?
I assume we're gonna go with another 4-4-2. If not, maybe we'll try the 3-5-2. But I think we're gonna go with a 4-4-2 again. I think we'll see Jimenez come in for Longley. I think we'll probably see Llorente start again. I don't think Simeone is convinced about Galan, but he's probably going to start him anyway because I don't think he's going to start Ronaldo in a nothing game like this. Not that's disrespectful. All right, not a nothing game. I don't think he's going to start Ronaldo in a game where they don't have a particularly scary winger. Yes, they're fast. Yes, they're capable, but unless they're particularly dangerous, I don't see Simeone putting in Ronaldo. And even then, he probably should have done that from the start. From if he was thinking about Due, but I guess he didn't want to. Um, I don't see much change. Maybe we'll see Gallagher start over Lino. We'll probably see Barrios and DePaul. I don't know if we'll see Koke. Koke had a really nice performance against PSG, ironically, but I don't know if he'll start or he wouldn't start. Giuliano probably will start, and we'll probably see Alvarez and Solat. Standardish 4-4-2. That's what I'm expecting. It'd be cool to see a
Okay.
3-5-2, but yeah.
I was gonna play the third center back.
Costis as the left-sided centre back.
He's definitely not playing. What the hell? In
No, I
what
don't think
dream?
he's gonna play. I just said if there was, I said it would be cool. I said it would be cool to do. I think it would be. I think if you don't trust in your left backs, going to a left wing, like to a wing back system with Lino as a left wing back, would probably be the solution to fix that. But then again, Lino had a bad game, so maybe he's not gonna get another follow up in this one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think Simeone is changing from 4-4-2, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I won't be surprised if Griezmann starts again. I won't be actually.
That's not a good. That's not a good look, but fair enough.
I mean, like Simeone do have the reason. I mean, Sørloth missed an open net.
Griezmann also gave an
So
assist to the enemy, to the opposition team. So I mean,
that's true. That's also true. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I won't be surprised if Griezmann starts. But again, like, I would be happy if Sørloth starts because I think with his physical presence against Seattle Sounders can be very effective. And Sørloth and Álvarez partnership has been pretty good for the past games in La Liga as well.
mhm.
So I hope he starts. I hope he starts. I hope Sørloth starts. But again, then I think midfield is going to be unchanged. Maybe Gallagher starts. Maybe Gallagher starts as well. Not maybe. I probably see Gallagher starting, to be honest, because again, Lino had a very terrible game. So I see Gallagher starting against Seattle Sounders. And then left back, obviously Galan, and then Jimenez Lenormand, and then Llorente, and then Giuliano, Barrios, De Paul, and I think Gallagher will definitely start. Up front, hmm, this is an interesting one. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about Griezmann or Sørloth, but I'll go with Sørloth or Alvarez. I really hope he'll start Sørloth for some reason. But
We'll see. We'll
anyway,
see. Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, like again, like if this match can finish very quickly, if Sørloth goes into that rampage mode, which he can, which he
Yeah.
can, like we've seen it, which he
It
can,
could. It
obviously.
could be. This could be an onslaught, and we could play those kids like we just mentioned. But it could also just be one of those games where we grind out a 1-0 or a 2-0 result against an MLS team. You never know.
It
Or
can be
maybe we
embarrassing.
lose. Maybe we have a surprise loss, and we're like, "Oh, nice! Now we could go straight to preseason."
I mean, wow. I mean, like that'll be the episode of the tournament, to be honest. That'll be
Yeah, I
the
guess.
episode
Atletico
because
embarrassed
we
ourselves on the world stage,
exactly,
we had no
exactly.
transfers and no things after. It's like yeah, that seems like
It,
seems
that'll
like
be so
that.
embarrassing. I mean, like before the Club World Cup started, everyone was like, like the club with the most World Cup winners
Mm.
is Atlético de
6.
Madrid. They have they have the World Cup DNA. And then it'll
Mm.
be such a huge upset if like we are the first team to get knocked out in the Club World Cup. Damn, dude, I won't be able to show my face to anyone after that, to be honest. Like at least for like a week or
Like
so.
we've done
Like I
worse.
literally
We've
have to
done
wear a
worse.
mask while doing the review of the match for that one reason. Like it'll be that embarrassing. And I hope it's not that case, to be honest. I really hope it's not that case. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is again the score predictions. You know what? Opta has given a 68% win probability against Seattle Sounders. 68. 68.
Mm.
I mean, wow, 68. It somehow like feels less to me for some reason. I don't know why. Is it less?
It feels like it should be a guaranteed win, but it's one of those things that because of how Atletico Madrid has been playing, 70% seems almost more than reasonable considering how form. So I don't know.
I mean, 68%. Wow. I mean, like the other European clubs are getting like 90%,
Yeah,
85%.
yeah.
Are we,
We're
we're
not
getting
them.
68. Exactly.
We're not them right now.
Wow. I mean, what should I even say? But anyway, like I said, guys, it's a must-win game. So score prediction. I mean, this is an interesting one. I'm gonna go berserk. People think I'll be drunk, but yeah, I'm gonna go berserk on this one. I think we're winning this match 7-0.
Wow. Okay. Uh, damn, seven. I was expecting us to. I expect with our form probably a 2-0, maybe a 1-0 grind out. I don't expect too much. Maybe Alvarez decides to turn up and then just like ball out to the park, and we can actually do something crazy in the second half. But I don't expect
Álvarez
much.
is Álvarez is having his first hat trick for Atlético de Madrid tomorrow,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
and then and then and then Solid is scoring 4 goals in 15 minutes tomorrow.
Sure. Sure. I'm more than fine with that. If that happens, we can play Taufik. We can play Ryan. Give them their debuts. Could do something really special if that happens. But I'm not
Exactly,
expecting too
exactly.
much. Let's say that.
So like yeah, guys, do let us know about your score predictions. What do you think about the match? Like what do you think if Atleti will win, and if we win, how by how much we would win? And do let us know your opinions on Andy Robertson joining Atletico de Madrid as well. What do you think? Like, is it really a good option, or should we actually like go all in for a proper left back? So do let us know in the comment section. And also do follow us on Twitter, which is again Atleti Fanatics, and for all the latest news. And again, guys, again, like, share, and subscribe this channel. I mean, like which you guys don't do. I mean, like you guys are like just idle, like are bored. Just hit that, do something. Don't be like our don't be like our board just not doing anything. Do something. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I will see you guys soon. I hopefully with a very, very happy face, and possibly a scoreline which is definitely above 4, because again we have to balance that goal difference as well. So hopefully the scoreline above 4. Until then, Opa Atleti. See you guys.